Hi guys, welcome to the channel. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to do a video that I've been putting off for a long time, and it is what's in my camera bag. So I'm going to try to keep it quick. So first things first, this is the Lower Pro Flipside 400. If you look it up on Amazon, it'll set you back about a couple blocks. But the cool thing about this is, one, the way you can change lenses. So if you're changing lenses from here, you're able to just open it, and then you can do all your lens switching and all that stuff. And then when you're done, you just throw it back around. But you might have noticed the main reason why I like this backpack is in order to open the back, to get to your stuff, you have to take the backpack either off or switch it around. So because we're going to Europe, everybody's been warning us about pickpocketing. So I am going to take this backpack. So other main reason why I'm doing this video is I'm going to take all my gear out and fill it up with stuff that I'm taking. So I figured now's a good time to actually do this video. Alright. So I'm going to very carefully open this backpack so you guys can see how I have it organized. Alright, so I'm going to do this kind of quick. So first thing is my body. I use a EOS 5D Mark III. And this is my Sigma 50mm 1.4. So this is a good portrait lens. It's also a good walk around, and like you've seen my stuff before, I always say that 50 is my favorite focal length, and it's just a good walk around. It's not too zoomed in, so and it's also not that wide, where you can get some nice headshots and some good portraits. And it's always on my camera basically, so that's pretty much always on my camera. This is a full frame camera, so it's great for weddings, great for portraits, you get that good depth of field. But the main reason why is low light. So if you're shooting weddings, you want full frame, and mainly because of the low light capabilities. I do have a backup body. This is Canon EOS 6D. It's also a full frame, and like I said, the difference between these two is focus points. The Mark III is a lot faster and has a lot more cross-type focus points. This one only has 11. It's a great camera though. If you're looking to get into full frame, you can get this for a bargain right now because the Mark II is out. So this is also the camera I'm going to be taking to Europe. So I'm going to keep this out. Another lens that I use, which I'm probably going to put on my body right now, this is Canon's Pancake lens. That's what they call it. But it is a 40mm 2.8, and the reason why I'm probably going to take it on the trip is because this thing is tiny. So if you look at it, it's really small. I'm going to throw it on the body right now, and it's probably going to be an ideal travel camera. And like I said, because it's just so compact, I really don't want to be taking a lot of gear. So this is good. This will probably be my tourist setup while I'm out there. So if it looks like an overkill, if it's not good enough, well, let me know. I'll probably just crack and end up taking one of these nice lenses. My second lens is also by Sigma. Just happens to be a coincidence. This is their 24 to 35 f2. So it's a little bit of a zoom. If you guys have noticed, I'm a big prime lens guy. I don't really like zoom lenses. But this goes from 25 to 24 to 35, so it's a little bit of a zoom. I mainly use it in a 35. And like I've said this before in the past, 35 is a good length. Anything below, you start to get a little bit of warp. And when you're taking portraits, nobody wants their face to look round. So women usually hate that focal length. But this comes in handy when I'm in a hotel room taking pictures of dresses or girls getting ready, and it's a little tight up against the wall. At that point, I can just go down to 24 and get more in the frame. So this is why I use this lens. It's really bulky, and if you've used Sigma before, this is heavy. I'm not just saying that, it's pretty heavy. It weighs more than the camera body, that's for sure. But it feels durable, it's very sturdy. I have nothing negative to say about Sigma. I love this lens, and believe it or not, every lens has a sweet spot when it comes to focal length. This lens is probably its sharpest at f2, which is also the lowest that it goes, and which is also a great aperture for portraits. So this comes with me to every wedding. Basically, I walk around with these two lenses. I have a 50 and then this. And that might terrify some of you if you're a wedding photographer. You might be freaked out because I only carry two lenses and two camera bodies. But like I said, 50mm is perfect. If I want to get closer, I'll just get on my two legs and I'll walk closer. If I want a wider shot, then I'll just take a couple steps back. If it's too wide, then I throw on the wider lens. So that's how that works. This is my film camera. I never leave without it. So it's always in my camera bag and it's usually always loaded with film. Sometimes when I have extra time, or if I'm doing another shoot and I ask and they allow me to, I'll take a couple of film shots. So that's always with me. Flash, a lot of people don't like using flash. I'm gonna be honest, I hate using a flash, but sometimes you need it. And that's the thing about being a wedding photographer, you just need to be ready. So you never know. If it's an outdoor venue, if it's indoor, if the lighting's bad, sometimes you have nasty shadows. If it's outdoor, then this is when this comes in handy. So always have this. I always have extra batteries in there. I don't like to use it, but if I need to, it's there. So if you're a wedding photographer and you don't know how to do flash photography, I think that would be my biggest takeaway. You need to learn and nail down flash photography, because the worst thing that could happen is you show up at a reception and all your photos are out of focus. Either they're that or they're too grainy and they're not usable. And a lot of stuff is fast paced during a reception. They throw the garter, the bouquet, and all that dancing. So you just gotta make sure you're confident in your flash photography skills. And then speaking of flash, I do have this. This is a continuous light. It's just an LED light. I got it on Amazon for like 20 bucks. This comes in handy. You have no idea how handy this comes. I never leave to a wedding without it. I did leave it at the Queen Mary for a wedding one time. I just bought a new one, so this is my replacement. I'm not kidding, it's actually like just $20. But this thing comes in handy when you're taking pictures of the dress. I like to put it, it's all about the lighting. So if you put it on the side, then you can get some nice shadows. So I always avoid like full front. So if I just put the flash in front of me, then it's kind of annoying. But I use it just to, like, lighting in here is kind of warm, so you can kind of just offset it just by shooting it up at the ceiling, and you can just kind of fill the room like this. So this comes in handy. Not much for portraits, but when it comes to taking pictures of the rings, the bouquets, and just stuff like that, this comes in handy. So I recommend it. It won't set you back that much. 20 bucks. It's an investment. Believe it or not, that all fits in here. And then last but not least, this is my DJI Spark remote. I know, like I said, I'm mainly a photographer, but I like to carry my drone with me. And the main reason why I like the Spark so much is because it's just tiny. And they just came out with a newer one, which is a lot more small. And it has better specs, and it's just better flight time. It's basically better. It's also more expensive, but because this is my first drone and I'm not really using it professionally, it's more just like a toy, and just to get fun pictures of the bridal party. But yeah, so this fits in my camera bag, and thankfully enough, it fits all in this front pouch. So in here I have extra batteries. I have like 6 extra DSLR batteries, but I only use like 2 at a wedding. Thankfully Canon has a really good battery life, so I always have a ton of extra batteries in there. I have batteries for the flash, for my LED light, and then this, which I just realized I have, is probably the most valuable Instagram husband tool ever. This is a SD to Lightning adapter. So basically, the only reason why I'm with Apple is because of the camera and the fact that it can take RAW. That also means if you shoot RAW on your camera, just bust out the memory card and plug this right to your phone, and you can get your RAW images straight to your phone, and you can also edit it and upload right from there. So a lot of the times if you use the Wi-Fi that's built in the camera and you shoot in RAW, your camera will convert that to a JPEG, which makes the file smaller, changes the resolution, and also makes it a little bit harder to edit. So your camera will convert it to a JPEG and then transfer it via Wi-Fi. But if you just plug this memory card adapter into your phone with your memory card, you can import them right away. They'll be RAW. It's also faster, and then like the GoPro, if I transfer via Wi-Fi, it kills the battery. So I like to just pop the memory card out, put it in my phone, and then my GoPro is still full of battery. But so that's basically it. If you guys are concerned, if you think this is not a good camera setup to take to Europe, let me know. I don't want to take my expensive stuff because it's for my business.